So in today's video, I'm going to go over the operation, a little bit of maintenance for a Thule crown awning. And this is on my Ford Transit van. It's a Thor Sanctuary 19 PT. So the first thing you want to do before opening your awning is obviously make sure that you have space to open your awning, that you're not going to hit anything. Coming inside on the BM Pro panel for this one, your van might be different. It might have just a switch, or maybe yours doesn't open electronically. Maybe it's a crank the whole time. You'll find where your awning control is and you will hit the extend button. In this van, I don't need to hold the extend button. I can just get it started. You hear the motor and it starts to extend. Now in my orientation, I was told to let it extend all the way out and let it retract, which I'm going to do now. In practice, the motors on here are a little bit weak, so I will show later. You can extend it, stop it wherever you want it, and then retract it from that point. It's a little easier on the motor strain. So it's going to go all the way out, it's going to become very slack, and then it's going to tighten itself up just a little bit. And I'm looking at this awning for mold, trap stuff, making sure it's dry. Putting the legs down, you have these little hinges on the sides. You just kind of pull the hinge out so it's straight, and the leg will release from here. And my leg just like falls right out, and then it's at the perfect height too. It somehow extended itself. So once you get it to the extended height that you want, you lift up on this little handle, and it'll kind of like lock up into place. You just gotta kind of squeeze it. It's a little tough, but when you squeeze it, the leg will get locked and it will be firm to the ground. And then you can go ahead and lock up your other leg. You can put a little tilt on this, so if it was raining, the rain would drain to one side, or you can just make it level. So something else that I purchased was the Thule tie-down kit. So this increases the wind resistance of your awning. And then just to show you how it goes together, this works on a couple awnings, but you'll have like this funny kind of Z-shaped, elongated Z-shaped hook. It's going to go through the front of your awning. At the very top, there's an opening. It comes out the back. So kind of like push it through here, and it hooks up. And then when you're tugging on it, it's pretty firm. It's going to hold your awning down. And then you have extra straps, and the strap they give you is super long. So if you're parked on a cement pad, you can probably get it all the way out from the awning and then get it into something soft. My yard's hard as a rock, so I can't get the stakes to go down right now because it's so dry. But these increase the wind resistance of your awning. They don't give specific numbers. Basically, the rule is if you think the wind's blowing too hard or you're questioning it, probably put your awning in. And then to fold the legs back up, just release those little latches, put them down flush. Now you'll be able to slide your leg back into the rest of it to get it ready to be like pushed back into the awning. Make sure you keep your hinge outward up here, so kind of 90-degree angle so that you can get this leg to fit into the little pocket they make. Get it pressed nice and close, and then you go to this little hinge on the end, and you can push it nice and flush. And then this will make your leg stay flush in the awning edge as you put it up. And there's little retaining clips on here to kind of help hold it in place. So once your legs are up, back in your van, either go to your push button, your touch screen, or you could manually crank it if yours was a manual crank now, and you will hit retract. And then I didn't press it hard enough, or push it long enough. Get it retracting. You can hear the motor straining, which is why I don't usually extend it all the way. We'll talk about this in just a moment, but this is where you would crank it if you had to. Just watch it go in, make sure that there's nothing getting bound up too much. Since I'm tall, I can kind of help it if I need to. Now, talking about earlier not extending all the way, you can go in your van, push extend, let it go out as far as you want. To save time, I'm just going to stop it, but let it go out as far as you want, and then hit extend again. This way you don't have to make it go all the way to its maximum, and this can save the motors a little bit in the long run. So I have mine out just a little bit, but you can put it out however far you want. Actually, I kind of like it like this. It looks kind of nice. It just kind of shades the side of the van. In this position, I'm going to just do some of the Bow Shield T9 spray that I talked about in another video, just to prevent corrosion and keep these joints and hinges working well, making sure they don't get too bound up, especially since the motor's kind of weak in these things anyway. Make it easier on the motors. And then I talked about that point where you could crank your awning. So when I made the bed springs, I separated them out so I could put the manual retracting tool in here. It has kind of like one end that kind of reminds me of like a curtain rod at maybe like a hotel where you two-hand, and you can kind of like spin it in a circle. The little door is back on right now, but to take the door off just from the front, just kind of push it in and then pull it down. You can see there's a little circle to accept the pull. It has like a plastic clip in this one, so when you push this piece into there, you actually have to give it like a little bit of force to get the clip to push up to let the two pieces on the inside meet. It has like a hexagon piece that fits. And then once you push it in there, get it to like actually engage clockwise motion, extends, and then counterclockwise motion will retract. And I'm just trying to do this one-handed. It's actually not hard to twist at all. Kind of slip out here in just a second. Oof, hit the van. But it's not hard to twist at all. Two-handed, it'd be super simple. This would wind up really easy. And now looking ahead, chilly temperatures are in the forecast, so if you haven't winterized, I'll leave a link to the video of how I winterize using air. But time to start thinking about it because winter's almost here. So like and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching.